help your assistance to help our organization to be safe. We are very grateful on that. Our organization, like I said before, has been created since 1989, and we are in this neighborhood since 2002. The only thing what we do is to provide social help to any member. Even though you are not part of the association, we can assist you. We have proof to show how many times we do pay money to bail out people who went to the jail, help them to come back to their family. We have a lot of Senegalese people who pass away and they don't want to be buried here. They prefer to be buried shipped to Senegal. We spend too much money, $7,000, $8,000. People who lay down to the hospitals, they sick. We went there to make sure their medical record is a mess. So most of them, they don't speak English, they don't know how to write. It's our duty to show up and explain to the doctors what's going on. Before they sign something, you go against them. Also, people who come from Senegal, they don't have no shelter. They come to the headquarters. We help them to find room, to find job, to help them also to connect them with the immigration lawyers to start the process to be documented in the United States of America. Technically, that's what we're here for, nothing else. So now, the reason why here today, everybody testified yesterday at the General Consulate office. We invite most of our imams, meaning people who lead in the masjid, who are the pledged people. Whenever they go by the Quran, by the Bible. The most of them, the majority accept that. The two candidates is Mamadou DRAMÉ, who is the right path, who show what they ask him to do. Background criminal check, your 3 years IRS transcript, your $500 non-refundable, your child support. And he done that. But the other candidate, unfortunately, he wasn't able to prove those documents. That's why he had been invalid, disqualified to don't be a candidate. That's the main thing we have in the community. But thank God we have the person who this committee member choose, according to the bylaws, to lead the commission electoral. That's legally accepted. His name is Babakar Sise, he's here. So what I'm gonna do is, after I finish to speak, we're gonna let our brother who represents the government of Senegal gonna say his word. And also Mr. Babakar Sise, who was leading the commission electoral, gonna say his word. And the last was gonna be the NYPD, even Mr. Officer Green or Officer Patrick. So what we're gonna do is, you have the paper going around. We're gonna decide who you wanna be lead your association for the next 3 years. It's gonna be Serigne Mbacké Ndiaye, or it's gonna be Mamadou DRAMÉ. This is the board member who always decide the future, the process, how the organization is gonna work. We have 45 people, but unfortunately you have 26 people here, you have more than the majority. Even we are in the headquarters, decide anything else, we need 23 people to get the majority and move forward. We're gonna change our bylaws, we're gonna raise our participation monthly, we're gonna move the headquarters to somewhere else. That's you guys decide that. No the president, no the board executive member. It's the board member do it all the time, and that's the bylaws. So I am very happy to see the majority here today, and I think that's what I have to say. Me personally, I choose Mamadou DRAMÉ to lead the association for the next 3 years. So the paper gonna prove it, and NYPD gonna witnesses. The representative of the Senegal government gonna witnesses, and I think that's all. But I heard from Captain Sifa, the other candidate was here, but he tried to go. The one he was here like he was in the General Assembly to vote the bylaws. But unfortunately, that's he is here. That's why we respect that. So basically, that's what I have to say, and I can let you say the word.
Thank you, Mr. DRAMÉ. Thank you, Mr. Park. My name is Adam Ojo. I'm Consular General of Senegal, representing the Consul General. And I want to deliver some words on behalf behalf of the Consul General, we thank the district police and the ex-president for the good initiative taken to bring peace and harmony within our community in general in New York and within the association ASA. I would like also to thank all the goodwill Senegalese who are sparing no effort to resolve the problem which bring us together here today and on which other meetings have taken place at the consulates. We are certain that the Senegalese community in New York deserves more, and that at the end of this meeting, a definitive solution will be adopted to enable the management team to begin its work in harmony, in good conduct, and of understanding and fraternity for the benefit of all. That's the whole word I wanted to say, and I wish you very happy. Thank you.
You have 2 minutes.
Come over.
No, you can stay there.
Thank all of you. Thank you to the NYPD for your assistance. Babacar Sissé, I presided the electoral committee. I heard all the, I wasn't in the meeting because we weren't invited and I had to be. So, but I listened to what happened, the resolution that was made there. And that was the same thing I've been saying to you guys. Nothing changed. And the same thing they've been saying yesterday to the meeting. I have said that to the consulate on the phone, and I said that to one of the committee leader.
About him.
That's Mr. DRAMÉ, not this DRAMÉ, Mr. DRAMÉ on the phone, I give him the detail. From the beginning, when we accepting him, not being member for the past 2 years, we allow him to pay $240, him and his team, each of them. So they can, we did all those, because we want to avoid a confrontation in the community. When we were checking on the paper, he was missing the background. I must say to you, where you got the thing. That wasn't a government website. That wasn't any State of the Union website. And he called it federal background check. It was ridiculous. And we still give him a chance. 48 hours. That was on a Sunday. Tuesday at 6 o'clock. This gentleman was representing Mr. DRAMÉ. He told him the process how to get the program check. Pay the $95, get fingerprinted, and they email it to you in 24 hours. You give him 48 hours. He came back with the same old one he gave us. He didn't have any other choice now. That's what he did. So thank God now this we're gonna go over this and peacefully, and we're gonna let whoever people decide to preside the our station will go forward and then they decide.
You ran out of space? You ran out of space, out of room?
We go to the next page.
Okay. Make sure the candidate's name is up top. Okay. I just want to say this, and those of you that were not in the meeting yesterday, you were there, a couple other people was there. You know, anytime, whether it be your first name, your last name, depending on where you're from, that's your family name, and your behavior is a representation of not just yourself, but your family, your country, and all of the things that you stand for. And it was disappointing to me to come out and see everybody who is, you know, we all at the end of the day are brown people, okay? And the way that we conduct ourselves, when people see us, they don't see Senegal, they don't see New York, they don't see, you know, Egypt. It doesn't matter. They see brown people who can't get along, who can't be respectable to each other. And so, to me, the most important thing to me is not about who is president and who's not president. It's about us being safe and us being democratic. And so I think the important piece here is that we don't allow, especially with the younger people, propaganda and false stories to get out there. We have made every effort to be fair to this man and the other candidate, including today. I don't care who wins or who loses. What I care about is that people will be safe and people can conduct their business in a democratic society, and they have every right to do that without having to have fear of being attacked or fear of being bullied. So, with that said, there's work to do after this vote. It's not over. And that work comes from the community. The community has to come together and tell people the right story. And those who can't accept a loss or whatever it may be, we all have had to experience wins and losses in our lives. And so sometimes it's painful, but we have to tell the truth. And we have to have integrity. And I just think that out of this meeting, the truth has to go back into the community. And I respect and thank you for being here, trying to be a peacekeeper and represent fairness. And I thank the Council General yesterday, I thank the imams, and I trust them. And that's what it comes down to. And I think that this can be trusted. We can always make better bylaws and fix things, but overall, the process is the process, and we are not here to determine who's president or not. We're just here to make sure that people stay safe. And so I thank you for voting, I thank you for being here and being peaceful, and I wish nothing but the best in your community. And I don't want to have to come back to 116th Street because of civil unrest. That should not happen. And it's not just a reflection of 116th Street. This will go all the way back to your country, and it just spreads, and it's embarrassing. And we should not let that happen. All right? Thank you. Oh, I didn't know.
I love you guys, but I have to work, man. Sorry. If we vote, I vote for him, Dramé.
Okay, before you go,
No, I have to
let's vote physically now. I know we are there, but I want to candidate.
All right, I vote for Dramé.
For Mamadou DRAMÉ to lead the association for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Who's here in the room who vote against?
Against.
Who will neutral?
Against.
Thank you.
So what I see here is that you have 28 board members that voted for this candidate here. Even if the entire board was here, there wouldn't be enough opposition for the other candidate to win. So it wouldn't even matter if you had all 45 members here, he would still win with this 28.
Mr. DRAMÉ, you want to say 2 minutes before we do?
Let me just, I will sign my name to the top.
Yes, Thank you, Captain. Just be short. You want to go through.
Okay.
All right, please.
Thank you so much to the NYPD 28%, to my fellow board members, I'm just humbled to be here and to represent this community. It's not going to be easy to represent a Senegalese community because it's a diverse and very well-versed community, but we'll just do our best. We'll try. As you said, it's not about who wins and who loses. It's about just dedication. So my message to the people out there is, this is not a time for division. It's a time for coming together as one people, as one nation, as the Senegalese motto stipulates. So I want to invite everybody to come together to work for the better of the community. That's going to be my short message for today. And then the rest will be addressed when we went to the headquarters. Thank you so very much.
All right, so I think we done.
I have a question for the public.
Yes.
Thank you. I was just asking the question about our safety because even if we here and we did the election, are we safe to go back there without any trouble? Because we know that sooner or later they're gonna come to attack us.
So I don't know your community better than you do. I don't know what the tension will be or will not be. I don't know what security measures that the association. All I can do is I will try and have my officers make sure we are, patrolling and ready to respond. I'm hoping that that doesn't come to that. But we have to get the community leaders together, and we
I think we need to be positive.
Also yesterday, before the meeting was over, who was there? I told him personally. We shook hands, and I said, regardless of what happens today, or what decision is made tomorrow about who takes the presidency, things will be nice, peaceful. There will be no threats against anyone's lives or destruction of any property. And he agreed and said yes. So there shouldn't be any.
Okay, so you want to talk?
I was gonna say,
I also want to say,
Hold on.
I want to say thank you to everybody. I've been here for 8 years, and you guys have been nothing but welcoming when I come to 116. Anytime I've had to talk to anyone. So I honestly want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. But if something does happen, if there's anybody being threatened, please communicate to us so we can help you. Our door is open. Okay?